Well, hello, my crafty friends. It's me again, the Card Father. Welcome to another video tutorial by yours truly. And what I've got in store for you today is a Valentine's card, because that is fast approaching, and it's, yay, Snoopy. So it's going to be fairly straightforward, very basic, but quite effective. So what we've got going on here is just the stamped image, a little sentiment, love is snuggles and cuddles, and just framed in a red square, obviously for Valentine's. So that is it, and that has come from, I was so excited, from this set. And it's, when I saw it, I thought, oh, I've just got to have this. It's just amazing. And it's come from Creative Stamping, which is a British monthly magazine. And this is issue 156. Now, also inside, you've got loads of ideas using the stamp. And you've also got a brief history of Snoopy and Peanuts, which is quite interesting. And you've got loads of samples of using the stamps. So here you've got a full page, and here you've got the history of Snoopy, all about Snoopy and Peanuts, Charlie Brown. So yeah, so well, I just had to have it. So this is going to be my take on using the stamps, and as I say, it's quite effective. But I mean, in all honesty, if you go into a shop to buy something like this, you're probably paying £3, £4, £5, you know, for a card like that. So and once you've got, and these stamps, going back to them, they're kind of generic in respect that, yes, you've got ones for Valentine's, Snoopy giving Charlie Brown a hug and hearts, but you have also got the sentiments, which kind of gives it away, sending sunny thoughts and good vibes. So if you've got a friend that's feeling a little bit low and you want to send a card as a pick you up, this is kind of an ideal set to get, really. You've got Linus with his blanket, Charlie Brown, obviously, several images of Snoopy, and the girl, I can't remember her name, and obviously you got Snoopy with his box, kennel, that's the word. So yeah, so you've got that, and you've got these little like carrier stamps to do a background, possibly. You've got a happy birthday, you've got a sentiment, I'm lucky to have a friend like you, best friends, with love. So very good sentiments and stamps, and I think those will become very handy and be very useful. So okay, let's do a little bit of stamping. So what we are going to do is, I've got a 6x6 card blank with matching envelope. I'm just going to give that a brief crease, get that done, and then we have got a square piece of card, which I will give you the measurements for that, a couple of envelopes, and basically we're good to go. Now I've got this from a scrap piece of card, and I've nailed it down to actually I'm going to take it down to 4 inches, 4-inch square, because I'm using a 6-inch blank card blank. So I'm going to trim this down to 4 inches using my Tim Holtz guillotine cutter. So we have got a 4-inch blank card. Remove that. So I'm just going to bring in my Tim Holtz stamping platform and put this down there. And I'm actually going to use a Memento ink pad because I want to colour the heart, and I'm only colouring the heart. I'm not going to do any more colouring on this apart from a little bit of shadowing underneath Snoopy himself. But apart from that, that is all the colouring I'm doing. So this is the stamp. So it's so basically place that roughly in the middle. You can eyeball this, and bring the thing over, the lid over, and then we just get our Memento ink pad. There it is, tuxedo black, and we are just going to lightly stamp all over our image, and then bring it over, down it goes, and then we've got an image of Snoopy. So if you want it a little bit darker, again, just go in with the Memento ink pad, light tapping all over the stamp, and then we can bring that over and back down, just like that. And we've got a sharper, crisper image, and we can move that, put that out the way, and then we can just clean our stamp. As many of you know me by now, get into the habit of cleaning your stamps. It's always a good practice. And then that can go back onto the carrier sheet. Just like that. And then we can put that to one side because we finished with those for the minute. We can put our stamping platform to one side, and then we can go back to our lovely stamped image of Snoopy. Now, I coloured the heart with Tonic Studios Nouveau Creative Pens, and these are the red collection, pen collection. So I've got 3 shades of brown, 3 shades of red in this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with the lightest, which is 377, and it tells me it's nice because you've got this little band at the top here, and it goes from light, medium, dark, and they're all numbered 377, 379, 381. So if I get the 377, and I'm going to use the kind of the small point, and I'm just going to grab me some, that'll do, copy paper, and I'm just going to very carefully just go around the edge of the heart. As I said earlier, that's all I'm colouring. I'm not doing any more, and I'm just going to explain a little bit later, because I did put a little bit of shadow on below Snoopy's feet so that he's actually grounded and not floating. So I'm happy with that. So we got a nice red heart. So I'm just going to go in with the next colour, which is 377. Always good to check your colours. So with this one, I'm just going to go roughly brief around the outside. Now I'll hold this up, and you can see, hopefully, there you go, the dark edge of the outside that I've just been doing. So we're just going to go do that all the way around, keeping the center light from the first color. And just be careful around his hands. And then we're going to get the light color back again, and we're going to just seamlessly blend these two. Let me just That might be a bit better for you. There we go. So I'm just going to, with the light colour, just blend these two colours together so they're seamlessly so there you can see I've still got a light centre, but I've got rid of the join, as it were, where the two colours met. So we go in with our dark colour, which is 381, and again I'm just going to go briefly, very carefully, just around the outside of the heart, very gently. And then I'm going to go back with the lighter colour again, which is 377, and again you can see the join between the colours. So yeah, so and that's what we're blending out. So just so there we go. And we put those to one side, and that is our finished image of a heart. So we can put these away because we are finished with these. And I'm just going to grab some pencils, which I've got over here. And I just want to put a little bit of shading. Let me just bring this in again. Under his feet, so he's actually sitting or doing on something. Now I've got the Spectrum Noir. These are the old tin of pencils. I've got the new ones as well. I've got several sets of pencils flying around in my craft room. But the reason I picked these out is because they've got 3 different shades of grey, which is what I'm going to use. So I'm going to pick up the lightest, which is 112. There we go. And it's quite a light colour. So let me just bring this in again for you. And all I'm doing is I'm holding the pencil. Sorry. So I'm holding that pencil about halfway up, so I've got a bit of flexibility, because I don't want to go too heavy with this. So I'm just going to very lightly, in small circles, go around his feet and out along there, and it just grounds the poor Snoopy so he's not floating. And I'm just bringing a little bit of the shading down below his feet. Now you're not going to see this very well, but I will hold it up to you. It's going to be very pale, which is what I want. Because I'm one of those people that rather go in with a lighter colour first, then go in and then gradually build up the density of the colours by going up the shades, which I'll explain in a minute. So you won't be able to see that. Yeah, you can actually, that's not too bad. So that's basically what I've done. So it looks as though he is actually sat on something now, rather than just floating in midair. So I'm just going to repeat what I've just done with the next shade up, which is 117. There we go. And I'm just going to go, again, holding the pencil as I did before, and just very lightly, very gently go over what I've already done, but closer. And just take your time. It's just quite relaxing, actually. And then a little bit down again. So if I hold that up again now, you can see the difference it's made. And again, if you want to, you can actually go back in with the lighter colour and just but again, be careful, just don't go overboard. All we're doing is just grounding Snoopy, so he's actually looks so he's sat on something, and we're just bringing a little bit of shadow down on him. So I'm going to go in with a darker colour now, which is 119. So, and this is quite dark, so I'm just going to go as close to Snoopy as I can, just following the line of his feet and a little bit of the tail. So again, you know, just take your time. There's no rush. And then a little bit down on there like that. And that's all we need to do, really, because we've just grounded him. Just ground him. So he's actually sat on something. And that's all I wanted. So if I lift that up now, and that's all there is. That's all. And that's basically all you need to do. So my Snoopy is now grounded, and I can put the pencils away because we are finished with those. So they can go away, and all we need to do now is just mat and layer our image onto some red card, mount it onto onto our card blank, and that's it done. So okay, so what have I measured this for? I think I've done it to 4 1/4. Let me just look. So yeah, it's 4 1/4 inches square, obviously. That in new money is about 10.8. So if you stick with the 4 1/4, the imperial measurements of 4 1/4, let me just bring this out again. I forgot that, sorry. Let me just do that again for you, because that was probably right. So yeah, that's why. I mean, it's about 10.8 or something. But if we go, yeah, that's a lot easier. 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. This is why I swap and change between imperial and metric. Whatever measurement is going to be the easiest for me, then that's the one I go for. So we have got our image. So let's just mount this onto. And again, right, so basically, let me just give you a few measurements again. Because what I'm going to suggest to you as well is like put like the actual image measures 2 inches by, what's the widest part, 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4. So you've got a 2-inch image by 1 1/4. That will give you an idea of the size of image. So if you haven't got these stamps, and if you've got other stamps, adapt it to what you've got. So yeah, so basically, don't be put off by the fact that I've used these particular stamps. If you've got other stamps, that's a rough idea. I mean, if you've got a slightly bigger stamp, brilliant, excellent, go for it. So I'm just going to put that in the middle, and again I'm just going to eyeball it. Down it goes. And then what we need to do is just put a nice little sentiment on the bottom there. So if we retrieve our stamp sets, we can let's go for the love it is again, because I like that. It's cute, it's lovely. And we need our stamping platform, so we'll retrieve that. And then we can put this where we want it. Now the thing is here, sorry, way off camera there. With this sentiment stamp, don't try and my advice would be, don't try and line it up there, because if it moves or whatever, it's going to look odd. So just move it along a little bit and go for that. Or you can have it slightly in the middle to one side. So, actually, I quite like it there, so I'm going to go for that. So I'm just going to bring this back down. And also, remember using your stamping platform, that you have got it on the Tim Holtz one, at least anyway. I don't know any of the others, but it is on the clear stamps. So we can just go in with the Memento again. You can use the Versafine Clair Black if you so desire, but because I had this out, it's the one I thought, yeah, let's go for that. So I'm just going to bring that down. And stamp that again. Bring that over. Down it goes. And we've got a nice clear sentiment. So let's clean our stamp. And then we can put that back. Keep that safe. We've still got all our magnets. Put that to one side. And there we have our card. And how cute is that? I think that is so cute. So hope you enjoyed that. Please, if you do like that, please like and subscribe. That'd be absolutely brilliant and awesome. And if you belong to other groups on social media, Facebook, Twitter, what have you, please share it on to other groups that you belong to. If you could do that for me, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Until the next time, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me.